and NRL Immortal, the genius halfback who redefined rugby league, suddenly freezing out his co-host completely, refusing eye contact, avoiding hellos, even when their little daughters are best friends playing together at preschool every day. Years after the fallout exploded, a staggering new detail emerges that proves this Cold War between Andrew Johns and Erin Molan is officially over for good, with no thaw in sight, and it hits harder than any grand final tackle. If explosive NRL behind-the-scenes bombshells like this fire you up, smash that subscribe button right now and join the crew. We're dropping the hottest updates daily on all sports updates. The saga traces back to the turbulent shakeup of Channel 9's beloved NRL Footy Show in 2018, when longtime host Paul "Fatty" Vaughton, a league icon loved for his larrikin charm and decades of banter, gets pushed aside amid slumping ratings, and Erin Molan steps in as the new face. Molan, already a familiar presence on Nine's coverage with her sharp sideline reports, infectious energy, and undeniable passion for the game despite never lacing up boots professionally, aims to inject fresh life into the format. But the change doesn't sit well with everyone, especially Andrew Johns, the 8th Immortal, Newcastle Knights legend, dual premiership winner, Origin dominator, and a Footy Show regular whose insights are pure gold. Whispers start circulating that Joey, fiercely loyal to the old guard and Fatty, views the switch as the death knell for the show's spirit. He quietly exits the panel soon after Molan's appointment, the first visible fracture. Ratings continue plummeting. The revamped show lasts just one season before Nine axes it entirely, and unfairly, much of the blame lands on Molan from disgruntled fans mourning the classic's end. She endures waves of vicious online abuse, accused of lacking authentic footy cred, ruining the vibe even as she proves her dedication night after night. Johns, meanwhile, shifts focus to expert commentary on wider NRL broadcasts, Fridays, Sundays, big finals, his breakdowns unmatched. They still share the network, crossing paths in studios and corridors, but cracks deepen privately. Insiders reveal Johns grows increasingly irritated, allegedly complaining to bosses about Molan interrupting ex-players mid-analysis, giggling during serious segments, dominating airtime in ways that clash with the no-nonsense style of legends who've lived the grind. He reportedly lays it out straight. He doesn't enjoy working alongside her, a raw personality mismatch in the cutthroat world of live television. Nine publicly denies any rift, but actions speak louder. Johns abruptly vanishes from Friday Night Football mid-2019, ostensibly to spotlight Billy Slater, yet rumors swirl its deliberate separation. The footy community splits sharply. Old-school purists side with the Immortal, arguing stars shouldn't be forced into uncomfortable pairings, while others decry it as unfair treatment of a trailblazing woman smashing barriers in a bloke-heavy domain. Molan stays graceful, publicly praising Johns as a genius who spots plays no one else does, but the undercurrent builds relentlessly. Mediation attempts by executives fizzle, private confrontations yield nothing, and just when it seems the storm might fade into history, a bombshell report in late 2019 shatters the silence, exposing the depth of the divide and unleashing chaos no one anticipated. The detonation comes courtesy of veteran journalist Phil Rothfield, who drops the exclusive that Johns has flat-out refused to share studio space with Molan, forcing Nine to choreograph schedules like a dance to keep them apart on air. Social media ignites overnight, NRL faithful flooding timelines with opinions, but the backlash targets Molan disproportionately, escalating to death threats, vile trolling that breaks her spirit. Preparing for the 2019 Grand Final broadcast, she faces the onslaught head-on yet crumbles in a raw radio interview, arriving in sunglasses to hide red eyes, voice cracking as she admits sleepless nights and overwhelming pain without naming names or slinging mud. Support pours in from unlikely corners. Bo Ryan blasts the abuse as soul-destroying, Phil Gould lauds her tireless prep, even John's ex-wife Catherine Mahoney condemns the keyboard cowards. Carl Stefanovic rails against gutless attackers. Ray Warren voices disappointment in the handling while championing women in media. Yet Johns remains eerily quiet, brushing off queries with vague nods to league thriving on gossip, declining Nine's pleas for a supportive statement. The grand final becomes a masterclass in evasion. Molan on the boundary, Johns in the box, zero interaction. Months later, an All-Stars game forces proximity. Jonathan Thurston strategically buffered between them. Molan's on-air greeting met with minimal response. Reports surface of her direct pleas, cornering Johns privately, asking what she did wrong, how to mend it, only to hit a wall. The origins tie back to Footy Show loyalty, amplified by clashing styles, with Johns allegedly never fully on board from the start. The ripple effects extend bizarrely. Rothfield's scoop ends his longtime friendship with Daryl Broman, who unleashes a furious spray over reigniting Molan's trolling, leading to years of silence between the once close mates. Broman skips their regular coffee catch-ups, paths diverge permanently. Molan pushes forward, transitioning to radio dominance on 2 gigabytes, later Sky News, winning high-profile defamation battles, building family life, but the scar lingers. Fast forward to recent years, and in stunning admissions, she reveals the frost persists. Even personally, their daughters attend the same preschool, inseparable playmates giggling through days, yet Johns allegedly avoids basic civility, dodging eye contact, offering scant return to her hellos. This staggering detail, that family ties through kids can't bridge the gap, underscores how deeply entrenched the divide has become. Fans debate endlessly. Ego clash, generational shift, gender dynamics in sport media, or simply irreconcilable personalities. The saga exposes raw truths about change in broadcasting, loyalty to eras past, and the brutal toll of public scrutiny. But hold on, because the latest twist confirms it's truly finished, with ripple effects still echoing through the NRL world today. Welcome to All Sports Updates, where we unpack the biggest stories shaking the sporting landscape, from epic rivalries to shocking off-field revelations that keep the drama alive year after year. Imagine this. One of the greatest rugby league players of all time, an immortal no less, suddenly stops speaking to his co-host, refuses to share the studio with her, and walks away from prime gigs, all because of a behind-the-scenes clash that explodes into public drama, leaving her in tears and fans divided. What could drive Andrew Johns, the legendary halfback, to go ice-cold on Erin Molan, the rising star of NRL broadcasting? Buckle up, because the truth behind their fallout is more shocking than you think. If jaw-dropping NRL off-field sagas like this hook you hard, smash subscribe now and hit the bell. You don't want to miss the next bombshell on Aussie Sports Central. The story kicks off back in the late 2010s when Channel 9 shakes up its iconic NRL Footy Show, a staple of Aussie TV for decades packed with laughs, legends, and league banter. Paul "Fatty" Vaughton, the beloved host who'd fronted it forever, gets the axe amid falling ratings, and in steps Erin Molan, the sharp, enthusiastic sports presenter who'd already proven herself on Nine's coverage with sidelines reports and segments that showed her deep knowledge of the game. Molan, daughter of a high-ranking military figure but having earned her stripes through hard graft in journalism, takes the helm aiming to refresh the format.